like to welcome everyone to the Commissioners meeting. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, we've approved the minutes from December 7th and the accounts payable and the payroll dockets. Entertain a motion to accept as submitted.
We accept the minutes from the December 7th meeting, and the accounts payable vouchers and the payroll docket as presented.
A second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Okay. I guess you're gonna speak for AYPA power agreements.
Yeah, good evening, Commissioners. Tony Steinhardt, Director of Economic Development. I want to thank Commissioner Little and Commissioner Bramer for being at the council meetings and being there. As you know, you're the final approval needed for 3 documents. One is the decommissioning plan for the property that Ampa Power has agreed to, which is basically to restore it back to agricultural property if and when it ceases operation. And so that's in the decommissioning plan. And then finally, the road use agreement outlines a number of provisions on the road condition, how that is considered to be graded prior to and then afterwards, and then they're responsible for making sure that they didn't create any undue harm to the roads during the construction process. So that is the road use agreement, and then finally the economic development agreement, which is the body of the agreement. Again, that talks through a number of the commitments they're making to us. As you know, over the last month or so, a number of provisions got better for the county. There was a minimum payment added into the economic development agreement instead of just a 2.5%. We were able to get them the minimum payment, so the county will be assured for $375,000 minimally a year for that. And then also there was a guarantor language put in place as well there towards the end. So we were happy to have the county council's approval, and I asked for your approval tonight on those three items. I believe 2 of which have to have signatures. So I think Heather has the for your signatures. So. Oh, I should report too that I do have the 2 bills from the 2 consultants. I got the final one this afternoon right before I left. So those 2 bills from our financial consultant and our county attorney will be, I assume we'll forward those on to Ampa to pay as per the agreement.
For the agreement, we will forward them.
Yes, we will forward them on to them for payment. So they are paying the legal bills for the county and our consultants.
I have a question. Yeah. Road use agreement. What about prior? This is the decommissioning agreement. That
So
will
we're
be,
in decommissioning agreement?
yeah, it says road use agreement. It says no later than 30 days prior to the start date of construction. So what is
The
is that like they'll put it,
The inspection will happen 30 days prior to construction.
but any damages or anything they do to the road, they will,
They will repair
During
that
construction.
road during construction if the road's damaged. To a condition prior to it was graded 30 days prior to
in
construction.
other words, they'll put it back like
They will put it back to the condition at which they at least found it.
Is that worded somewhere?
Yeah.
I'm looking out for Mr. Phillips's behalf after this is,
After this is,
Yeah.
sorry. I will.
because I know there's gonna be heavy equipment and stuff running up and down our freshly blacktopped Dawson Smith stretch there.
Was it getting freshly blacktop? Has it been blacktop?
What is it, Bobby? About 8 months old?
Oh, it's maybe.
Jay, where it paid this year should be, unless something goes really bad on.
Yeah, so, Bobby will have the authority to approve, any of the actions on the road. Under the road, that they have to make, and those repairs. They will, construction should provide, it's in here somewhere. Section 6, the commissioners, they during the construction project, designate repairs and restorations to be made pursuant to section 8. And, there's 2 security bonds that they have to provide to us for the repairs, and that's in section 8, Commissioner Moore. And they have to, those bonds are enforced for 2 years after completion of construction.
Okay.
Individually, do them all together.
They're just
All together.
in a package, wouldn't you?
We'll just list them all.
Because the council's already done that agreement, right?
Yeah.
The economic,
Development agreement.
yeah, they've already,
Commissioning plan agreement. Agreement. I move we accept and approve the economic development agreement for this battery storage project, the Jefferson, the decommissioning plan agreement, and the road use agreement for the roads around the construction site.
okay, have a motion, have a second.
Second.
Is there any other discussion before the board? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye. All those opposed? None. Okay, so
Commissioners, happy holidays.
you too. Okay. Now we have our overweight ordinance. What we have, is it 2 changes or just the one?
Well, the one kind of resulted in another one, but
About
it was
that,
just,
the agriculture.
Yeah.
That was page 2, wasn't it, the first one?
yeah, it was letter F on page 2, but then that also, there was another part,
Oh, it was 3,
yeah, something later on that said that they wouldn't have to apply for a permit, but we said that.
no, the first one was. This,
Okay, so we added letter F, which said oversizing the weight influenced by agriculture shall be required to obtain a permit. In the previous version, we had another sentence later on in the.
In F?
Well, F was added, but it was one of those,
Okay. That was the first one, right?
yeah, and I think that at the top of page 3, where it says be
Right.
it further ordained that provisions, it had something in there that it says emergency vehicles, but it also said agricultural vehicles were not required to pay for a permit, but we, by saying they didn't need a permit at all, took out that sentence as well. Or took that out, we put it in better act to kind of make sure that the farmers didn't have to even apply for a permit.
Yeah, on page 2F, it says oversized and or overweight implements of agriculture shall not be required to obtain a permit.
Yeah.
And then on the third page at the top, not applied to authorized emergency vehicles, and the county shall not require a permit for implements of agriculture. So that were the 2 corrections, right?
Yeah, I thought we just struck that last one. I guess we did.
Once I'm reading it. Yeah, F and.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna do the forego the second reading.
Well, I think we have to do this. How do we,
You have to read it the second time.
yeah,
And then
Mhm.
after the second time, if no one is appealing it, you can
Forego
vote
the
for it.
Okay. Page, please. Okay. Whereas the state of, okay, this is ordinance 2023-10, issuance of permits for overweight and oversized vehicles, Jefferson County, Indiana. Whereas the state of Indiana, by its General Assembly, has enacted the Indiana Motor Vehicle Code with amendments thereto, which act is now in full force and effect. And whereas Indiana Code Title 9, Article 20, Chapter 6, authorizes local government with respect to highways under their jurisdiction and in their discretion, and upon application and good cause being shown therefore, to issue a special permit authorizing the applicant to operate or move a vehicle or a combination of vehicles of a size or weight of vehicle load exceeding the maximum specified in the code or otherwise not in conformity with the code upon any highway under the jurisdiction of the party granting such permit, and for the maintenance of which the party is responsible. And whereas certain highways under the jurisdiction of the highway superintendent of Jefferson County have been damaged by the operation of certain vehicles exceeding legal weights without the oversight of appropriate permits. And whereas the continued operation of vehicles exceeding legal weights and dimensions without the oversight of appropriate permits on said highway will create hazards for the motoring public. And whereas Indiana Code 9-20-6-3C authorizes the local authorities to prohibit trucks or other commercial vehicles and place signs on the highways. Now therefore be it ordained by the Jefferson County Board of Commissioners by virtue of the act herein above referred to, that vehicles operated upon the highways under the jurisdiction of Jefferson County when exceeding legal weights and dimensions hereinafter set forth shall be permitted as follows. A, when a vehicle or a combination of vehicles with a weight including any dimensions in excess of the maximums specified in said Indiana Motor Vehicle Code, the vehicle owner or leasing shall submit an application to move such vehicle or vehicles on a form and in such a manner as prescribed by the highway superintendent. Upon approval of the permit application, the applicant shall pay a fee for the permit according to the following schedule. A single trip is $50, a round trip is $80.
When a vehicle or combination of vehicles with a dimension more than the maximum specified in said Indiana Motor Code vehicle, but within legal weights, the vehicle owner or lessee shall submit an application to move such vehicle and vehicles on a form and in such manner as prescribed by the highway superintendent. Upon approval of the permit application, the applicant shall pay a fee for the permit according to the following schedule: single trip $25, round trip $40. C, a single trip permit is valid for 5 days and authorizes one movement over prescribed route. A round trip permit is valid for 10 days and authorizes one movement return movement over the same prescribed route. D, permits are to be issued for good cause to ensure any movement will not unduly damage the county highway system or threaten public safety. By submitting an application, the applicant verifies the vehicle or vehicles and or load are non-divisible pursuant to the Indiana Motor Vehicle Code. Permits are only valid on dates authorized by the Indiana Department of Transportation from 30 minutes before sunrise to 30 minutes after sunset local time, unless special permissions are granted by the highway superintendent. E, the highway superintendent is authorized to issue reasonable rules, regulations, and provisions on a document to accompany each permit. This document may be amended from time to time as necessary. The highway superintendent utilizes an internet-based software provider to manage the permitting process, including application, payment, permit review, and issuance. F, oversized and or overweight implements of agriculture shall not be required to obtain a permit. Be it further ordained that the highways upon which the permitted operation of said vehicles of the weights and dimensions herein above set forth may operate upon the roads in Jefferson County under the jurisdiction of the highway superintendent, commonly referred to as county highways. Be it further ordained that it shall be unlawful for any person, firm, or corporation to operate any vehicle upon the county highways without a permit when the vehicle exceeds the weights and dimensions herein above set forth in violation of this ordinance. Be it further ordained that the highway superintendent of Jefferson County shall administer and issue permits for overweight and overdimensioned vehicles in his discretion.
Be it further ordained that the provisions of this ordinance shall not apply to authorized emergency vehicles, and the county shall not require a permit for implements of agriculture. Be it further ordained that the highway superintendent of Jefferson County may, with good cause, place signs on designated highways limiting the operation of trucks or other commercial vehicles to 5 tons, 10,000 pounds. Be it further ordained that whoever violates the provisions of this ordinance shall be guilty of an offense and punishable as provided by Indiana Motor Vehicle Code. This ordinance shall supersede all former ordinances heretofore enacted authorizing permits for vehicles exceeding legal weights and dimensions on county highways, and shall be in full force and effect immediately upon its passage as provided by law. The foregoing ordinance was passed and adopted by the Board of Commissioners of the County of Jefferson, State of Indiana, this 21st day of December 2023. Okay. We had our first reading and we had our changes in second reading. What do you want to forego the third?
I move we forego the third reading of this ordinance.
I second. Okay, have a motion and second to forego third reading. All those in favor signify by aye.
I move we approve ordinance 2023-10, issuance of permits for overweight and oversized vehicles.
Have a motion. Second. Any other discussion before the board? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Motion carries, ordinance is passed. Okay. Who's going to do the WTH? You have a floor, Sarah.
WTH is our mapping company, and every now and again, they will submit a limited use agreement from a company. This one in particular is Wessler Engineering. They are doing a stormwater study for the town of Hanover. And they have just asked to utilize some of our GIS layers, mainly parcels, lot lines, addresses, and then like the town of Hanover boundaries. And there's no fee for this. So this is just to allow them to kind of move forward with their project. These are pretty standard agreements, that are, you guys passed them.
Passed in the
Yeah.
past, previously passed. So I move we approve the limited use agreement, between Jefferson County and Western Engineering for their use of certain layers from our GIS system, which is managed by WTH Technologies.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion before the board? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Motion carries. Okay. We have the 2024 appointments. We gonna read all these?
We figured it'd be easier to read them all rather than to read individually on each one. I'll read the first half of the page.
Okay.
So these are 2024 appointments for the Jefferson County BZA and Plan Commission to a 4-year term to begin in January 1st, 2024 and end on December 31st, 2027. David Ferguson. For the Jefferson County Board of Health, a 4-year term to begin January 1st, 2024 and end on December 31st, 2027. Mary K. Butler and Dr. Scott Murphy. The next one on the Insurance Committee, a 1-year term to begin on January 1st, 2024 and end on December 31st, 2024. Heather White, Robert Phillips, Lindsey Wine, Troy Hawkins, Kathy Sizemore, Judy Turpinning, and Kim Judge. On the board, Jefferson County Board of Tourism, a 1-year term to begin on January 1st, 2024 and end on December 31st, 2024, Victoria Perry. One more county attorney, 1-year term to begin on January 1st, 2024 and end on December 31st, 2024, Pat McGrath.
Alcohol Board, 1-year term to begin January the 1st, 2024 and end December 31st, 2024, John Schaefer. Property Tax Assessment Board of Appeals, 1-year term to begin January the 1st, 2024 and end December 31st, 2024. Nancy Sobek and Becky Law. Southeastern Indiana Regional Plan Commission, 1-year term to begin January the 1st, 2024 and end December the 31st, 2024, Brian Amy. Jefferson County Park Board, 4-year term to begin January the 1st, 2024 and end December the 31st, 2027, Kevin Licklider. Cemetery Commission, 4-year term to begin January the 1st, 2024 and end December the 31st, 2027, Charles Gillis.
Commissioner appointments, David Bramer, Regional Development Advisory Committee, David Bramer, Tourism Board, David Bramer, Plan Commission, Ron Lee, Southeastern Indiana Solid Waste District Board, vacant, Southeast Indiana Recycling District.
Who's that guy?
And Robert Little, Pauper Attorney Board. Vacancies, Cemetery Board, BZA, Park Board, Madison City Plan Commission, Madison City.
I take it, these people's agreed to, most of them? Okay.
Keep on sending them to us. So I guess I can move all of my own, but I move we accept the 2024 appointments as presented, other than mine.
And I will second on a ditto like that. I'll make a second, yes.
Okay, I have motion and second on the appointments and committees. All those in favor signify by aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. We have vacancies on the cemetery board, the BZA park board, Madison City Plan Commission in Madison City, so
Madison City, BZA, right?
Yeah, sorry.
BZA board,
Yeah, that last.
okay. We'll endeavor to get those filled. Okay, Mr. Phillips.
The only thing that I know, we had the road closed right now on Chicken Run. That should finish up tomorrow. They had, as soon as they could get the concrete was for Friday. They're gonna have them finishing it up tomorrow. They shouldn't be there very long. Everything should be open in traffic. There was one accident in there on, I can't remember if that was Monday or Tuesday night. Somebody drove past all the barricades and past the equipment and managed to drive into the hole that was dug there. Required a little police assistance and notification to us. Outside of that, everything's good. Looks like we're not gonna have a white Christmas, so hopefully we'll get to enjoy our families as well this year. But that's all I've got for this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Lindsay, you got something? Just happy to be here, right? Okay, the sheriff sends his condolences. This is his staff and the law enforcement Christmas party tonight. He didn't leave very long ago, but anyway. Brian? Don't have anything? Okay. Anybody from the public got anything?
Yes, sir.
You do, sir?
Yeah. I just wondered, down on Alcorn Road, there's no way to get there from here with the road closed, 62. I took care of it for the last year and a half, probably. We seen a grader come up the road once. They never put their blade down. And, it's pretty much mud now. So I was wondering if there's anything we could do. I mean, I got equipment out there, you know, I got excavating equipment myself, so I took care of it. Well, I spent several hours on it. It's washed out, and we had some pretty deep ruts in it. Out there, a little bit Ronnie about it. And I just, what can we do to get it done?
What's your thoughts, Jamie?
I just knew the text message that I got that you wanted to take care of it yourself was the last that I heard, and that was the message that got relayed to me from my foreman and my road grader operator.
I sent a text once, after I fixed it. I spent about 3 or 4 hours on it with my kids here. Cleaned out the ditches, and you know, the weeds and stuff, fill the ditches. That's gonna cause ruts across gravel road and will make a mess. And I just don't think it's my responsibility as paying taxes and stuff to keep.
I was just hoping you guys could take care of it better than I could, so I just left it alone. I'll gladly go take care of it, as long as you don't tell me how to take care of it.
I never told you how to take care of it.
By telling us not to take care of it, that was pretty much indirectly telling me that I wasn't taking care of it appropriately.
I don't know why I was touching it. I mean, if somebody would have been taking care of it, I wouldn't have done it.
How about we just get it? fixed?
I want to say something. I have put 2 complaints out on the thing as long as we have been in contact with Ronnie. We're neighbors. We try to do the neighborly thing down there. It has tore up my car, and I have read the text message, and the text message did say, don't touch it, but that was after he spent 4 hours on it, meaning don't send the grader out at that moment to touch the road. My car's been tore up, it's washing out, I have pictures, and I have surveillance around my house. That grader came up there with this blade up one time in the year 2023, one time. And they had it blade up the whole time. And I can show that. I have surveillance around my house. We've had 2, Chad Backus came twice to mow, which I'm very grateful, I'm thankful. We just want some gravel and a little bit of maintenance. Maybe there's been a little bit of miscommunication. We apologize about that. But we would really appreciate it if we would get that taken care
And I know you didn't have a grader operator there for a while.
No, I've had grader operator.
Oh, you always have?
I've had grader.
And he was in the hospital.
Oh. Oh, I told Ron, I said, I told Ron. He said, well, put in an application. I said, no, I don't want a job. I got 4 businesses. I ain't got time. But I would have gave a day a week or something.
I don't believe that was over Ron's road, Greg,
Well,
but
he's my neighbor.
I've had. Oh, you're talking that Ron, I'm sorry, I got a grader operator.
Oh, no. I got the only one down here I know.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's that was the information I got, and that got passed along to myself and the foreman, and I said, okay, so as long as there's no issues, we won't run out.
Yeah, I don't think there was
When
any.
was the second message sent?
I sent that yesterday. We've been in communication with him and he said, go ahead and submit another complaint online.
Okay.
So we did do that. And we didn't mean any disrespect that you wasn't doing your job or anything like that. It's never been that. We just want to know how we go about getting it fixed, because it's getting bad.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the second.
Yeah, I sent it yesterday and I uploaded some pictures too.
I haven't been attending to my email today, so I haven't looked at all get done. I'll go look that up. I'll go ahead and go through Jill. Is your phone number on the submittal for that?
Mine is yes, and my email, yes.
And I'll personally give you a call.
Yeah, and we can meet. I work from home. I'm there every day. I can definitely meet with you and take care of that. I'd appreciate it.
How about if it needs gravel, gravel, if it needs,
I'll take care of it.
okay.
As long as I know that's what's on it and needed, 'cause I know it needs additional colors and stuff on it too.
Yeah.
I took it, you guys wanted your privacy and there wasn't any home.
No, I think it was
Home-
miscommunication.
So,
That moment,
There's
like,
nobody to take care of it. You Ron, I mean, I showed the text, what, 21, maybe 20. That was bad.
22, I don't know.
21.
So I had a lot of gravel roads that people will call me and let me know, hey, we don't need anything, if it needs road, if it needs grader, it needs something, they'll reach out to us. Most of the time, we don't have to run because they're a little bit further out away. Right now, Alcon Road's the only gravel road that the road grader has out that far. So if we don't know something, there's no point in running the road grader up and down the road. If you got a construction business, you know that it costs money to run anything.
I know.
We can be on better terms of communication.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
You
Thanks for
bet.
coming in.
Thank you. Thanks.
Very good.
Merry Christmas, you guys. Merry Christmas.
You too.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Memory. You have anything?
Oh,
Oh, easy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I've got something we're all proud of. We waited several years for this.
Mhm.
This is our certificate of occupancy. So we officially have control of the building now. And what's been done in the last couple of weeks is phenomenal, and it will be finished in the next couple of weeks. We'll have our open house December the 6th.
January 6th.
I'm sorry.
You missed
January,
it, sorry.
I missed it. Again, January the 6th, I believe it's from 10 to 3. 10 to 3. Our public is welcome. And we'll have tours and show everybody the wonderful new technology advanced building. So with that said, you ladies have anything?
I'm gonna adjourn.
Second. Back that up. let him do it.
I second.
All right, all those in favor signify by, and everybody, Merry Christmas before we close. Thank you.